Have you ever stopped to think if walking more after 70 is really doing as much for your health as you've been told? For years, the advice has been simple. Walk more to stay fit and healthy. But what if that advice isn't the full picture? Some experts are now questioning this age-old wisdom, suggesting there's a better way to keep your body and mind strong as you age. Walking is great, but it might not be enough on its own to maintain your strength, balance, and mental clarity well into your 70s and beyond. In this 17-minute video, we're exploring 5 essential habits that can help you stay strong, steady, and independent for years to come. These aren't just random tips, they're backed by the latest research on aging, movement, and brain health, showing you how to focus on strength, balance, joint care, mental sharpness, and posture to truly thrive. Stick around until the end, because what you learn today could change the way you approach aging and help you live with more vitality. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you don't miss any videos. Drop a 1 in the comments if you find this helpful, or a 0 if it's not your thing. I'd love your feedback to make better content for you. Let's get started. Let's begin with the first habit, building leg strength through resistance exercises. You might think walking every day is enough to keep your legs strong, and while it's great for your heart and stamina, it doesn't fully address the muscle loss that speeds up after 70. Walking alone doesn't challenge your muscles enough to stop this decline, and that can leave you struggling with everyday tasks over time. Think about it. Your legs need more than just forward motion to stay strong. They need resistance to keep the muscles in your thighs, hips, and knees firm and reliable, so you can move with confidence. Take someone like Paul, a 76-year-old from Colorado. He loved his daily 2-mile walks through the park, feeling proud of staying active. But over time, he noticed he struggled to get up from low chairs, and climbing stairs made him uneasy. One day, he nearly fell while reaching for a can on a bottom shelf at the grocery store. That was a wake-up call. His doc explained that while walking kept his endurance up, it wasn't building the strength he needed for stability. Paul's muscles were weakening in areas walking didn't target, like his glutes and quads. So he started adding resistance exercises to his raw routine. Simple things like bodyweight squats, seated leg lifts with a resistance band, and heel raises while holding onto a chair for support. He didn't need a gym, just a few minutes at home, 3 times a week. Within a couple of months, Paul felt a difference. Getting up from chairs was easier, stairs felt less daunting, and he moved with more confidence. Here's why this matters. Strong legs are not just about walking farther. They're about keeping you balanced and safe. Resistance work targets the muscle groups walking misses, helping you stay steady on your feet and reducing your risk of falls. You don't need fancy equipment. Start with body weight exercises like sitting down and standing up from a chair slowly, or try wall push-offs to engage your calves. If you're up for it, add a resistance band for extra challenge. Aim for 10-15 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week, focusing on both the front and back of your legs. Over time, you'll notice that you're not just walking better, you're living better with the strength to do all the things you love without worry. Building leg strength isn't just about your muscles, it's about preserving your freedom to move through life on your terms. Next, let's talk about improving your balance and coordination, a habit that's often overlooked but absolutely critical after 70. Many folks assume that if they're walking every day, their balance must be fine. But walking is predictable. 1 foot in front of the other, usually on flat ground. Real-life balance is messier. It's about reacting quickly to a slip, a misstep, or an unexpected obstacle, and that takes more than just walking can provide. After 70, your balance naturally starts to decline, and if you're not actively working on it, you might not notice until it's too late. Consider someone like Grace, an 81-year-old from Georgia. She walked around her neighborhood every morning feeling strong and steady, but one afternoon her cat darted in front of her while she was in the kitchen. Grace stumbled, tried to catch herself, and fell hard on her hip. Luckily, she didn't break anything, but it shook her up. Her doc pointed out that her balance wasn't as sharp as it used to be, not because she wasn't active, but because she hadn't trained her body to handle sudden changes. Grace started doing simple balance exercises, like standing on 1 foot while holding onto the counter, or walking heel-to-toe down her hallway like she was on a tightrope. She also tried gentle Tai Chi movements she found in a free class at her local senior center. After a few weeks, she felt more sure of herself, and she hasn't had a close call since. Balance isn't just about strength, it's about training your brain and body to work together so you can react fast when life throws you off. Falls are the leading cause of injuries for seniors, and they often happen in those split-second moments when you lose control. Simple exercises can make a big difference. Try standing on one leg for 10 seconds while brushing your teeth, or practice stepping side to side while holding onto a chair. If you're feeling steady, challenge yourself by closing your eyes for a few seconds during these drills. Aim for 5-10 minutes a day, and over time, you'll build the reflexes you need to stay safe. Balance training isn't just about avoiding falls. It's about giving you the confidence to keep living life fully, knowing you can handle whatever comes your way. Now, then let's move to preserving your joints with low-impact activities, a habit that's crucial for staying mobile without pain. If you're still watching, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me. I'd love to hear from you. After 70, your joints have spent decades supporting you through every step, jump, and twist. But over time, they start to wear down, and walking too much, especially on hard surfaces like sidewalks or pavement, can make things worse. Walking is great, but if it's your only activity, it might be putting too much stress on your knees, hips, and ankles, leading to pain and stiffness that can slow you down. Think about someone like Henry, a 74-year-old from Arizona. He walked 4 miles every day, rain or shine, thinking it was the best way to stay healthy. But over time, his knees started aching, and he heard a creaking sound every time he stood up. Getting out of bed in the morning became a chore, and he had to cut his walk short. His doc explained that the constant pounding on hard surfaces was wearing down his cartilage, and he needed to switch to gentler activities. Henry started swimming at his local community pool twice a week, and he added some seated stretches and yoga poses he learned from a free online class. Within a month, his knee pain eased up, and he felt more flexible than he had in years. He still walks, but now he does it on softer surfaces like grass or a track, and he mixes in other activities to give his joints a break. The key here is to move smarter, not harder. Low-impact activities like swimming, aqua aerobics, or using a stationary bike keep you active without grinding away at your joints. Even small changes can help. Try seated leg lifts or hip rotations to improve flexibility without stress. Always warm up before moving, wear supportive shoes, and avoid uneven ground that could strain your joints. Listen to your body. If you feel pain after walking, it might be a sign to ease up and try something gentler. Protecting your joints isn't about giving up movement. It's about finding ways to stay active that keep you pain-free and mobile for the long haul. Your joints have carried you this far. Treat them with the care they deserve, and they'll keep supporting you for years to come. Let's move on to keeping your brain active through attentional mental engagement, a habit that's just as important as physical fitness. It's easy to focus on your body after 70, but your mind needs attention too. Walking might help your heart, but it doesn't do much to stimulate your brain. And if you're not challenging your mind, you might start noticing memory slips or trouble focusing. Staying mentally sharp is key to living independently, and it's something you can work on every day with simple, enjoyable activities. Consider someone like Margaret, a 78-year-old from Illinois. She walked every day and stayed on top of her chores, but she started forgetting names, losing track of conversations, and struggling to remember where she parked her car. It worried her, so she talked to her doc, who asked, "When was the last time you tried something new?" That question hit home. Margaret realized her days had become too routine. Same TV shows, same newspaper, same conversations. She started challenging her brain by learning to play the piano with a beginner's app on her tablet. She also joined a book club at her local library, where she discussed news stories with friends. Over a few months, she noticed her memory improved. She felt more engaged, and her mood lifted. She even started laughing more. Your brain thrives on new experiences, just like your body thrives on movement. Try activities that push you out of your comfort zone. Learn a new hobby like knitting, tackle a crossword puzzle, or cook a recipe you have never tried before. Even small things count. like taking a different route on your walk and noticing new details, or joining a discussion group to share ideas. These activities build cognitive reserves, helping your brain stay sharp and lowering your risk of depression, which can sneak up on seniors. A healthy mind isn't about sticking to the same old routines. It's about curiosity, growth, and connection. So what's one new thing you can try today? Your brain will thank you with clarity and joy. Finally, let's talk about supporting your heart through posture and breathing, a habit that's often overlooked but can make a huge difference. After 70, the way you carry yourself and the way you breathe directly affect how much energy you have and how well your heart and lungs work. Poor posture and shallow breathing can leave you feeling tired, even if you're active, because they limit how much oxygen your body gets and put extra strain on your heart. Think about someone like Clara, an 80-year-old from Oregon. She walked every day and stayed active, but she often felt out of breath and low on energy. She thought it was just part of aging. She wasn't overweight, didn't smoke, and had no major health issues. But during a physical therapy session after a minor surgery, her therapist noticed something. Clara's shoulders were slumped forward, her chest was collapsed, and her breathing was shallow. Years of hunching over had restricted her lungs, making every breath less effective. Her therapist taught her to focus on posture, standing tall, shoulders back, chin level, and practice deep belly breathing, filling her lungs fully and exhaling slowly. Clara started doing this for 5 minutes every morning, and throughout the day, she'd check her posture while sitting or walking. Within a few weeks, she felt more energized, her breathing felt easier, and she even noticed her mood improved. She felt calmer and more focused. If you're still watching, drop a 2 in the comments to let me know you're with me. I'd love to hear from you. Posture and deep breathing aren't just about looking good. They're about giving your heart and lungs the space they need to work efficiently. Shallow breathing and slouching reduce oxygen flow, raise your blood pressure, and make your heart work harder than it should. Deep belly breathing, also called diaphragmatic breathing, calms your nervous system, improves blood flow, and lowers stress. Combine that with good posture, stand tall, open your chest, and keep your spine long, and you'll feel the difference. Try this. Sit up straight, place a hand on your belly, and breathe deeply so your belly rises, not your chest. Do this for a minute and notice how you feel. More alert, more relaxed. Make it a habit. 5 minutes in the morning, plus regular posture checks throughout the day. It's a small change with a big impact on your vitality. Let's wrap up with some final thoughts. We've covered 5 crucial habits to stay strong after 70. Building leg strength with resistance exercises, improving balance and coordination, preserving your joints with low-impact activities, keeping your brain active, and supporting your heart through posture and breathing. Walking is wonderful, but after 70, your health needs more than just steps. It needs strength, stability, mental sharpness, and care for your whole body. These habits are not about perfection. They're about consistency, listening to your body, and adapting to its changing needs. You're not the same person you were at 50, and that's okay. Your body is wiser now, and it deserves a new kind of care that helps you live better, not just longer. Which habit will you start with? Drop a comment below. I am Aitam. I'd love to hear from you. If this video inspired you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who wants to thrive in their golden years. Thanks for watching, and here's to a stronger, more vibrant you.